Okay, this is a little bit different. This is more for prep days and wrap days because it is a little bit different than being on set. Usually there's a small amount of you brought into, I'm going to use a house. Let's say you're going to shoot at the house and you're going to be there for the first 1 or 2 days, depending on how many prep days they give you, and you're going to prep the place. So what that pretty much means is you're going to get a load of equipment from, usually for Vancouver, White's LES or Parallel or anything like that. So in your prep kit, what we call it, you're going to have, I'm just going to list off some things that you might have for a house. Probably a lot of carpets to protect the flooring, garbage cans, butt sweeps, bags obviously for the garbage cans, cardboard to protect the walls, because if you've spent at least 1 day or 2 days in the film industry, you know we're everywhere and we're going to be everywhere if we're taking over someone's house. Hopefully there's someone with a little bit more experience than you that can kind of help you and lead you in what is the first task of the day. If it's a house and you're usually the first ones to arrive at the house to get the laydown of the land, where everything is, bathrooms, what's good, what's not, things that are broken, things you got to cross off that are unsafe, things like that, all the things. So you're going to be the before. And so before, you get a little bit of time, sometimes a lot more time, to prep the house before set decorating comes in with a different kind of furniture, or grips come in to black out the whole house because they're shooting a night scene, or LX are going to come in and drop all the cable. All the stuff you have to be ready for. You're pretty much looking after the location. Also, before you go and start taking stuff and using it, make sure you know exactly how much they have given you. They usually give you a sheet that says what you have, but sometimes they don't add up correctly, and then when you got to give it back, they're going to charge you for whatever you missed. So the first thing that you should do is count everything that you just got from your prep kit. So if that's a huge roll of cardboard, okay, if that's 95 carpets, okay, got that. Just make sure you count everything, because like I said, if you give it back to them and they're missing some, they're going to blame it on you, and then your department is going to have to wind up paying back extra that might not have been needed, or maybe is needed because you did lose it, which is not the end of the world, but it's better for you, and you're going to get called back more if you're on top of what you're getting, obviously. It's professional in keeping track of your inventory. So once you got all that, with some things I would label. So if it's a butt can, certain things that you know that sorry, my dog is snoring. Certain things that the on-set crew is going to bring that might get, kind of caught in between, is this yours, is this mine? I would label, like I just said, butt cans or a butt sweep. Certain garbage cans, sometimes they're different colors, which makes it a lot easier. But if not, just label it. Makes it easier for you at the end of the day. Or a fire extinguisher, stuff like that. So once you do all that, that is good stuff. Always have. You're going to be working with a lot more people. For example, if it's a house, sometimes it is a liaison that is going to be in charge of all of your questions you have of the house. If it's not a liaison, it's the actual homeowner. You're going to want to know a lot of these things. So if you come into the house, one of the main things that sound is going to ask you when they get in the house is, where's the fan and how can we turn it off, or if the AC is on, because that's going to create noise when they're shooting a dialogue scene. Usually they don't like that. They don't like any extra noise if they can help it, right? So that's going to be the refrigerator. Is there an option to turn it off? And if so, how long? Is there going to have to be somebody on that turning it on and off every single take? Rolling and cut, is someone got to keep on that, or can it stay off? Do we have to offload? That's for sound. Those answers will be with the liaison or homeowner, as well as using house power. What that means is that can some of the lights or anything that they're bringing in can be plugged into the wall? Sometimes not. And you have to really be on that to see if someone's, on the wall and have it plugged in and just charging their phone. Okay, if they said that's no, and the homeowner and the liaison said no to that, you have to be that person to go to that human being and say, hey, sorry, no house power. It's got to be off of whatever LX has brought in or whatever cabling they have brought in, or you can ask LX. I'm saying LX as electrics. They're the electrics department. They can probably give you a cable or whatever from an area to get you to plug in whatever you need plugging in. What else? Obviously, if you're working, it's a little bit more personal when it's a homeowner. So you have to think of it as you're treating it like it's your home. So if it is your home and these random strangers or these your set team is going to come in on shooting day, a lot of them are not going to look at it as this is our home. They're going to look at it as another job site and just, bring their trolleys in or whatever they need and not think about anything about wrecking walls and stuff. So when you think about it when it's your home, you wouldn't want other people coming into your home and scratching up the place and not giving a crap if the wheels on their trolleys are scratching hardwood floors. That's why we have a prep kit. That's why we have carpets. We have cardboard for the walls, protection of the walls, for stairs, for a whole bunch of different types of things. And even including smoke alarms. That's another question you would likely want to ask the homeowner, just in case they have atmosphere. Atmosphere is like a certain type of dry ice smoke that if it's a dramatic scene or something like that, they want to have it in the house, then you have to be on the fire alarms and systems and know when they have to be turned off. Let the fire department know. Like, there's a whole process. If you don't know and want to know more, comment down below and I'll let you know more, or talk to your boss on the day. Basically, your bottom line is, if you walk into the house and see that maybe something that a trolley, all the different departments have trolleys that they bring in. They have those large grip stands they bring in, or large lights that go on the grip stands, or sandbags. Also, people coming in the house with their shoes on. This is a huge thing and highly debatable, where if it's a house, they most likely want you to wear booties. Booties are a thin type of material with an elastic wrap around it that go around your boot or your shoe. You have to put them on when you come into the house. That is a hassle for people like grips who are constantly going in and out, in and out, in and out. You'll probably get some grief over that. But if that's what you were told by the liaison, that's what you were told by the homeowner, you have to wear booties inside, even though there is carpet already down that you put down, that is your job. That is your house, right? You have to look at it as, that is my house. I have to do as much as I can. And if they are giving you grief, same thing. Go up the ladder. Tell your key if that ain't working. Talk to your assistant locations manager, your ALM. That's your boss. He should be on set. And there should always be someone inside. I'm talking about on the day shooting. This is after your prep days. It's a shoot day and then your wrap out days. On the day, you're likely going to have an on-set key on set. If not, sometimes they want an extra prep person to also be on set with the on-set key, because obviously they know more. They were here. They can tell you what's good and what's wrong. Don't do that. You're scratching the walls type of thing, right? And it's also nice to have an extra helping hand, especially when they're like, we're turning around and you have to lift up all the carpet, all the cardboard to make sure it's out of shot and then re-put it back on when they turn back around. It's a lot of hard work, especially for a house. I'm not a big fan of them, but you gotta do it. Another thing is sometimes they want different areas for stash rooms. So depending on how much of the house they are allowing you to have, let's say it's the whole house, which is really nice, they'll probably want in the house a green room. A green room is where the cast will be hanging out before they get called to set. Usually that's a more like nice room that you can set up for them, carpet, where their chairs can be, stuff like that. Most likely be in the house. If you can have any room in the house, it's gonna be for them. Another one is if you do have the whole house and you can kind of keep track of where things are going. Set decorating is going to want a room for all their boxes. Let's just say they're they're bringing in a whole bunch of their equipment and boxes and couches and new things they have to set up. They're going to want a little stash room so that the on-set decorator can go to it and say, oh yeah, we can put that in the scene, or the scene needs more, so I'm going to, stuff like that. They're going to want a room. Depending on where and when, grips carry a lot of heavy things, so they're going to want to be as close to set as possible if they can, and they're constantly going back and forth. If you have the power and you have an extra room to put them in, I would find one for them too. Same with LX. They're bringing stuff to set all the time, switching everything up, just like everybody else. But it's, if you have that power to give them room, it's better instead of on the day and they're just flicking through the rooms, not knowing what we have and what we don't have in the house. That's bad, because then if you're not keeping track of that, they'll be upstairs in the little kids' room where they're not supposed to be, and now you have to go tell them to get out of there. So be on top of that. Another good thing to stay on top of that is just making signs. Biggest thing is making signs. So you have a room downstairs, let's just say, and it's going to be the green room. Make a sign saying green room. That's where they're going to be. Okay, this is LX room. LX room. This is where Video Village is going to be. That's another big one that they're going to want to be inside the house for. It's basically the biggest one's going to be green room and Video Village. Video Village is where the director, producer, all the bigwigs are probably going to be, and the DP, director of photography, to watch it and make different calls, what they want. They're going to want to be in the house as well. So if you can make all that happen, that would be great. If you can't, which sometimes you can't fit and accommodate everybody. They don't have to be outside. That's why we have tents. You can pop them up for them if it's raining or whatever, hair and makeup as well. They'll likely be in the green room with them, because then they can just, quickly touch them up, do whatever they got to do, and send them on their way. Try and know as much as you can about the house, because you're going to get a ton of questions on the day as far as, house power, where can we set up, where can we live for the day, all this stuff. Hopefully you have enough people to help you in a house, and it all goes well. If it goes well, you'll have all the answers on the day, which is hard to do considering you get thrown so many questions every single day. Just try your best to give them what they know. If you don't, make sure you have the liaison's number or the homeowner's number, so you can quickly give them the call. Hey, can we actually do this? And he'll be like, yes or no. Sometimes that option is not given to a PA. Sometimes you got to let your ALM know, and he'll make the call, which is fine. Everything on set is quick. So if it's a quick thing, like we got to go now, ASAP, we're turning around, we got to know, make sure you have that number, or where your ALM is, to quickly, hey, or on the walkie, even better, let them know, need to know ASAP. Or they can, really, dude, just snoring up a storm over here, just as quickly as he can, to make things go. Quicker things go, quicker you get to go home. So the more you're on the ball, the better. And then, of course, on your wrap days, once the shoot day is done, and you're still prepper, is what we call it, or wrapper, because you're on the wrap days. On the wrap days, obviously, you're tearing everything down. You'll probably be the last people to tear down, because let's say set deck is taking all their furniture out, putting the homeowners back in. Don't take down the cardboard and everything just yet, because what if they ding the wall? What if they do certain things as they're bringing things back out? So still have a precaution there for them and for everybody bringing everything out. And then you're the last one. And then record anything that is damaged, by the way. If there is a mark on the wall that you didn't see, someone didn't come to you and say, I did this, take a picture of it, send it to, or take a picture of it and let the homeowner know, and also let your ALM know. Also, with any missing items, people lose stuff on set all the time. If someone from the previous day shooting is missing things and you see it on set, just keep it with you. Take a picture of it, send it to your ALM, let them know, and sometimes they can send a runner and send them to your location. They can pick it up, take it back to the office for it being found. Also, with prep, keeping track of your hours. Sometimes you are given a sheet and a very good explanation for a job. Sometimes you're not. I'm not saying that you don't get paid. I'm just saying that it's better to keep track of your own hours on, let's say, your if you have an iPhone, on your notes, just so you have it. Let's say something happens, because sometimes things happen, different shows, different people, all the time, going. Sometimes the timesheet can go missed. If that happens, you have it all right there in your notes. Just forward that to them, your boss, your ALM, or whatever, and they can fill out another timesheet for you. Yeah, I think that's it for prep. There's always more. I just used a house for an example. Again, if y'all have any questions about prep or you're in a situation, I'm all ears. Always contact me. I'll give you my best answer as much as I can. Hopefully you guys are doing good. If you're at the prep stages, you're in. You got your connections going. Happy for you. Keep on going, working hard. And I'll see you on the next one. If y'all liked what you just saw, please like and subscribe and click on any of the new... It's boring. Click on any of the links below. There's plenty of more to come. Yeah, enjoy. Everything is here for you guys.